My name is Isaiah Walker, artist officially known as Zaya. I am from Long Beach, California, and am an entertainer, singer, songwriter, and creative genius. For way too long, I cared what others said about me. For way too long, I allowed opinions to define me. So my musical journey began when I was 4 years old. Well, you know what? Honestly, it actually probably starts before that. First word I ever said, I sang it out. My mother was playing To the Windows, to the Walls, and I was just a little energetic kid and uttered my first words, ballin'. By the age of 4, though, at 4 it was the first time I ever sang, right? It was the church Christmas program. I don't know what the song was. Maybe Mary Had a Little Lamb or something. Every kid, Mary had a little lamb. And by the time it got to me, Isaiah just decides to Mary had, and just whatever the case may be. So at that time, they were like, oh my God, the little boy can sing. There's so many things about music that grabbed my attention as a kid. One, primarily, I grew up in South Central and Compton. So being that I grew up in a kind of hot area, we were not allowed to play outside as a kid. We were not allowed to go around the corner with the neighborhood kids or anything like that. And I lived on 64th in Vermont in South Central, and my church was on 56th in Vermont. So as an alternative, so we wouldn't sit in the house, my mother would send me to church. So I went to church 5 days a week. After school, on the weekends, whatever it is, I would go to church. And everybody knows in the church, some of the greatest musicians usually come out of the church. When I was 12 years old, I started battling a muscle disease. By the age of 14, I was completely paralyzed for a moment. Month 4, sitting in the hospital with no movement, I was like, I need to find something to not focus on my condition. I asked the nurse to get me a piano, to bring me a piano. And she went in and she was like, the hospital doesn't have one. But the next day she personally bought me a keyboard. I had little to no mobility in my entire body. And I began to use music as a form of therapy. When I got out the hospital, I ended up writing 74 songs. It became something that I looked forward to every day. Like, let me wake up, even though I'm in this hospital bed, even though all of my other friends are living their life and I'm sitting up here, at Long Beach Memorial Hospital, there's still something that I have to look forward to, and it was music. I have to do this for my career. This changed my life, and I know that it could change someone else's life. I was writing about love. I was writing about heartbreak. The music that was coming out of me was music that was, despite my situation, optimistic about life, what life could be. I would sit there and just dream about, even though they told me I couldn't walk or told me I wouldn't be able to do these things, I dream one day of marriage still. I still dream one day of love, so that's what I wrote about. And building that into selling out the House of Blues 5 times in a row by the age of 17. I'm working on making the phenomenon, this Zaya thing, something that's real, something that's tangible, to be a great and to not just be, somebody who comes, that's a nice song. And the only way I'm going to do that is being authentically Zaya. I was put on this earth to inspire through music and the arts. And that's where I see myself in 5 years. I can and I will build a brand on positive energy. Despite everything that I've gone through, I still can make something out of my life, despite what somebody told me I could or could not do. That's what I want the brand to be. Got loud fear to get in my way.